chairman of the House Oversight Committee, Kentucky Congressman James Comer. Good morning to you, Mr. Chairman. So a spokesperson for the Department of Justice calls the subpoena, quote, unnecessary, claiming lawmakers can review unredacted files that the Attorney General has remained available to members of Congress. So how will this deposition work? Will it be in public? Will it be similar to the Clintons, a closed-door deposition? What are we expecting how this is going to play out?
Well, every deposition is the same. We meet, as you say, behind closed doors, but there's a transcribed reporter that transcribes everything, as well as we video and audio. So we make those depositions public within hours after the deposition. So for all practical purposes, our depositions are public. Now, the genesis of the deposition is the committee voted to subpoena Attorney General Bondi. All the Democrats, they're always making motions, and throughout history on the Oversight Committee, the minority party makes motions to subpoena people, but the majority never joins in until this year. Then I've got about 4 or 5 Republicans that vote with the Democrats on everything they do. It doesn't matter what. And but you know, at the end of the day, there was a level of frustration that was being felt by both parties about, you know, questions about the Epstein investigation. Attorney General Bondi has said on TV numerous times there's an ongoing Department of Justice investigation. Well, we need to know what they're investigating to make sure we're not, you know, offering duplicative types of investigative routes. You know, we need to make sure that, you know, are there more documents to be released, and if so, when are they going to be released? If there are no more documents that are going to be released, we have questions about specific documents as to why they're not being released. So I encourage the Attorney General to come in before the deposition and give us an update, because it's probably going to take a couple of months to bring the Attorney General in for a formal deposition that, again, wasn't served by me. It was served by a majority of the committee. All the Democrats and 5 Republicans voted to subpoena her. So I had to issue that subpoena. But I want to work with the Attorney General. I do think she needs to be more transparent with the committee about, you know, what's the status of the remaining documents. And with question to redactions, we have some questions on some redactions that I think can be answered today. I just think there's been a breakdown of communication between the committee, between the media, and between the Department of Justice.
So,
go ahead.
So sometimes when things are, you know, broadcasted to the public, it can get very performative. Do you think that you're going to learn more because it's closed doors? So people aren't trying to just have their 5-second soundbite. They're actually going to be asking real questions, and hopefully Bondi will be giving real answers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, look, if we have a public committee hearing with Pam Bondi, there are going to be a lot of Democrats that are going to really show out, and you're going to start seeing screaming and yelling, just like when Pam Bondi went in front of the Senate. So we're going to meet behind closed doors. I found, believe it or not, that over the last 3 years, when there are no TV cameras in the room, my committee acts a whole lot more civil, and it's more productive and more substantive. So hopefully this will be a substantive, mature conversation. Today is not the deposition. Today is a briefing. And I think that, you know, if we had had a briefing by Attorney General Bondi a few months ago or a few weeks ago, I don't think the committee would have voted to subpoena her for a deposition. So hopefully this briefing will be helpful. The Democrats are going to be in there. The Republicans are going to be in there. You know, it's not a partisan issue. The American people want to know what happened with Epstein. They want to know how the government failed the victims. They want to know why no one's been prosecuted. These are simple questions that I think a majority of Americans have, and hopefully today we'll get some answers and be able to continue to move forward with our investigation and hopefully wrap it up in a matter of months.
Hopefully.
Yeah, well, we'll see. It's been many months already.
Yeah. Chairman Comer, thanks for coming on. We appreciate it.
Good to see you, sir.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.